Although Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee are remakes of Yellow and they revisit the Kanto region, we should all know what to expect. People are still having some issues with how Nintendo is handling the marketing. Hello everybody, Gabe from Switch Force here, and today I want to talk about this new trailer that Nintendo released into the wild. And in this trailer, they show the Elite Four in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Now, the Elite Four were always going to be in the game. That's no real surprise. But it would have been cool to experience what they were going to look like for the first time while playing the game. I don't understand why a week away from release, Nintendo feels like they need to continue to show more and more about the game. It feels like we know everything. We know that Mega Evolutions are in it. We know Meltan. Like, there's so much that Nintendo has just uncovered that would have been really cool if it had been kept under wraps a little bit. We have even seen some people complain about it on Twitter and Reddit a little bit, given the fact that Nintendo has just decided to show their hand completely. Some people are considering this a spoiler, which doesn't make a lot of sense just because this is a remake of an older game and we should expect everything to be in here, but some people were upset at that. Pokemon comes out next week, very, very close to launch, and there is very little about the game that we don't know. We know what the new Pokemon that was teased when the game was first revealed is in the form of Meltan and his evolution. People are bummed that that wasn't a surprise, but beyond that, we have seen so much of the game, both in directs, demo presentations, and these constant trailers they put out, that I am starting to wonder if Nintendo just spoiled too much of Pokemon Let's Go. I want to know what you guys think, and we'll get into that a little bit later. And it's so strange that Nintendo is leaving absolutely nothing covered up for when this game releases. I feel like we know absolutely everything. We know what all the post-game stuff is going to be. We know exactly how the gym battles are going to work. We know so much of the story stuff, it seems like now, and so many of the returning characters that it's a little bit weird for me. And, you know, based off the tweets that I've seen, this kind of has been Nintendo's MO for some time now with Pokemon. They like to tell you absolutely everything before the game comes out because people that love Pokemon are still going to go get it no matter what. And every new tidbit that they throw out there is probably trying to bring in a different audience that maybe wasn't super sold on Pokemon quite yet. Let's take me, for example. I haven't been the biggest Pokemon fan recently, but I love the older games. And the trailer that they showed today was heavy on the nostalgia. They showed some stuff from, you know, Yellow and some of the older games that, for someone like me that maybe hasn't experienced them in such a long time, I'll say like, hey, that looks really cool. I remember that. I want to pick up Let's Go. Maybe that's what they're trying to do there. I have to assume that that's what they're trying to do because I see no other reason to spoil, quote unquote, so much of what's in the game. For Let's Go specifically, it's a little bit weird just because it's a reimagining, remake, retelling, however you want to call it, of Yellow. And we've seen Kanto so many times now. They do like going back to Kanto every once in a while that I'm surprised that people are even considering some of this stuff spoilers. For me, that's a little bit weird. And I don't know how you guys feel, but at least for me, when a company throws it out there as marketing and they have official trailers and, you know, commercials where they're showing these things, then it's not really a spoiler. The only exception, I guess, is movies. And we live in a weird age where these, you know, giant studios, and right now I'm mainly thinking about Marvel when I'm saying this, like they like to throw the biggest set pieces and the coolest parts of the movies and trailers, and they throw them out there. And yeah, we experience so much of these things that would be awesome surprises if we're experiencing them when we're supposed to while watching the movie, playing a game, whatever it may be. So much of that gets spoiled now, but that's a very 2018 thing. A long time ago, companies didn't do that. We were still surprised by things, and I never expected to be fully surprised by Pokemon Let's Go. We know that this is going back to a region and to Pokemon that we're familiar with. It would have been nice if Meltan would have stayed a secret. It would have been nice if today's trailer maybe hadn't happened. We know enough about Pokemon. The marketing is out there. There's tons of other trailers. I don't know why today's was necessary, but I also don't understand how this is really a spoiler to people, so I am slightly confused about that. So that is the question of the day from me to you. You let me know. Is Nintendo spoiling too much of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee with all of their marketing? And make no mistake, there is a ton of marketing. They are really, really pushing for this game to do well, and that makes sense. We've heard that if if it does well, they might consider doing this again for other games, and I don't necessarily want to see that. We know that a big core RPG from Pokemon is coming next year that's going to have brand new Pokemon. The next generation is almost upon us, but for now, a week from now, we get to have fun with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you think of this little, not debacle, but the situation that Nintendo finds himself in where they're sharing a little too much. So, I look forward to seeing your opinion in the comments. Like the video if you enjoyed it or found it informative. We will catch you on the next one. Twitter and Discord links are in the description. Switch Force out.